keep me company. Well, give me love and nicotine. Oh, I do believe you are killing me. You're killing me. We have grown so damn old. We were young just days ago, when we'd fall in love each week, when we had no words to speak. But then I hold you like I'm supposed to do. Then I love you like I promised to. Every morning I watch you put on your skin. 33 years and you're still having trouble with it. But who was I? Oh, to think that I could stop time when I'm still trying to know you. And I'm still I'm still trying. Thank you.
Welcome to another exciting night at comedy at the High Dive in Gainesville, Florida. Make some noise! As you can hear, it is a packed house. Thank you for everybody tuning in at home. Thank you for everybody that is outside getting drunker by the second. We appreciate you. Matter of fact, I'm joining in with you. Um, the one thing first, before we get into anything, I want to say this is a weird ass county. Like this is the first county where I've tried to drink and I'm not allowed to have a straw. So this is going to be an interesting night with my drinking. Just letting you know. Yeah. But you know, tonight we have comedy. We have comedy. We're here to entertain you guys. We're here to have some fun. You're going to see comedians of all types come up to the stage. Some that are first timers. Some that have been doing it for decades and generations. Like Lunchbox, he's been doing it since the beginning of time. Love you, Lunchbox. But the one thing we encourage you to do, whether you're at home or whether you're outside getting drunk, is have a good time. Laugh. Laugh as loud as you can. Put your hands together, make noise, whatever the case may be. Get into it, do what you have to do, and just be glad you're not here. Because if you were here and you decided to be a heckler, everybody that's touching the stage is not getting paid, so they live for the moment that a heckler would show up. Like, I'm just letting you know. I live for the are you serious? I live for the moment that a heckler shows up. Like, I'm horrible with my mouth. I'm horrible. I had a heckler one time in Tampa, Florida, try me. And I'm a kid from Memphis, Tennessee. That doesn't work out for him too well. Out the gate, I told him that his girlfriend's underwear looked like blue cheese. And he was not too happy about that. Like, yo, that's where I start. That is my starting point. Then I go to talk about your mom, telling her that she looked like an uncooked roll of biscuits. Like, it just gets worse. I'm not a nice guy. I'm an asshole by nature. But you know, me being the host tonight, I'm going to give out the feel-goods. I'm going to dole out the feel-goods as much as possible. You know, because Gainesville, I'm new to you. You're new to me. So, you know, I don't want you to judge me because this is a big judging country now. You know, we judge everything. We judge our singing, our dancing, you know, random talents, our kids singing, our kids dancing, our kids' random talents. We judge all that shit. But I'm going to tell you the three things in the world that are the most harshest judges from 3 to 1. Number 3, your parents when you're not doing what they had planned for you in life. Like, my dad is an accountant, CPA accountant. He wanted me to be a CPA accountant. That shit wasn't happening, fam. Like, sorry, Pops, to disappoint you. He wanted me to play sports, go to college, become an accountant. You want me to catch all those concussions and then do somebody's taxes? Yeah, nah. I'm going to have somebody looking like Wesley Snipes out here. But to be perfectly honest with you, and I don't get political, I think I would do a better job to have them paying more than $750 over like the last, 15 years, you know? Yeah, a little political joke. Zing. My mom, she works in corporate America. Has worked in corporate America for 30 years. Human resource. She wanted me to play sports, get to college. Boom, comfy corporate job. I'm a jock by nature, by their raising. I don't think I would work in this new Me Too Time's Up era in corporate America. Like, I would be like, yo, Brad, I saw your new report. That was mighty soft of you, Brad. You could do better, bro. Woo! Brad would have me in HR like, yo, that was the hardest job I've ever done in my life. Why? Why is he making fun of me? Like, yo, Brad, man up. Brad would be like, I'm transitioning. All right, no. So yeah, that's parents are number 3. Number 2, a white washcloth. Now I know what you're thinking. How does an inanimate object make this list? Now I'm gonna tell you. When you go home, take a shower. Everybody's sweaty. Everybody's dirty. It's Florida humidity. It is what it is. Take a shower when you get home. Go to bed. Wake up tomorrow. Take another shower. Get in there. Just really get in there. Get in there, right? Before you get out of that second shower in the morning, take a white washcloth and just do a once-over. Watch how that fucker turns into like some shade of gray, black. It's going to have you thinking like you don't know how to wash yourself. You're like, yo, what the fuck? I thought I was clean. This is my 3rd shower. It's a judgy motherfucker. You don't believe me? Okay. Use a white washcloth after sex. See? Yeah. Somebody said, oh, you know. Yeah. You've probably been down that road before. Using a using any color washcloth. All right. Number 1 on this list of things that judge you the hardest, kids. Kids are the worst. Holy shit. Yo, this is not a kid-friendly episode or a kid-friendly show. So if you're sitting around with your kids, A, you're a bad parent. B, we're gonna do some harsh truths here. It's like Santa Claus isn't real. So sorry about that. Yeah. They should let you shut it off by now. No refunds. You already donated. So kids are the worst because they say like I've been losing a little bit of weight. I've hit the gym. You know, I'm eating smarter. I'm drinking moderately. I'm drinking more water. You know, I'm waking up early. I got a dog. I go jogging with him. I go on hikes. But you know, like I worked at the I worked at the Y. A kid from the Y would tell me right now, Mr. Loggins, you're getting fat. Yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, I'm down 10 pounds, you little bastard. Like, that's why your mama, I see her here in the club, needs the Jesus. Like, fuck out of here. No, but for real, kids are the worst. It's like they smell your weakness, isn't it? Like, they understand what your weakness is. Like, they hold on to that shit. Like, oh, Mr. Loggins, I bet you're trash at Fortnite. You know what's trash? Your dad not being around. Go about your day. Yeah, I'm the worst. I'm telling you, I'm the worst when it comes to kids. I am horrible. You heard me. I tell them that there's no Santa Claus. I'll tell another truth. There's no tooth fairy. See, it's your parents, their tooth obsession, they just give you $1. But I've talked about this before on stage. I'm at the age where I just don't care no more. I'm getting too old. Like, villains in movies make sense. Like, all villains in movies everywhere make sense. Like the Joker makes sense. Batman escalated. He put on a mask, so you had to have a guy in wingtip shoes give smoke to Batman for like 50 years. You had Iron Man. He put on an iron suit, then, you know, supervillains came out of nowhere. The Wicked Witch of the West. Holy shit, she makes so much sense. For real, think about it. If some Midwest podunk bitch dropped a house on your sister and stole her shoes, like, yo, if somebody touches my sister too hard, we have problems. You think I'm gonna let some chick from the Midwest in the Dust Bowl drop a house on my sister and steal her shoes? You got me fucked up. You got me. And then sing about coming to kill me. I'm off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Bitch, I would throw flying monkeys and everything I had at you also. The hell? Fucking bitch. For real. Like, seriously, think about it. You're stealing shoes. Like Liam Neeson has ended whole mafias over his daughter. Right? Like, Keanu Reeves is going to be in his 4th and 5th movies next year about a dog and a car. And you don't, for real, like, we're supposed to be okay with the Wicked Witch because she had a big nose, just be mad about dropping houses? No, that's fucked up. Yo, I don't even know her name. Was it Maleficent? Whatever. Yo, I'm with you. People of color got to stay together. Yeah, it's deeper than rap because she's green. Yes, I went there. I heard the deep sigh. I went there. Yeah, I'm cranky, man. I'm telling you. I'm to the age also where I love porn, where I hate liars more than I love porn. And I know some people thinking, what is the correlation? Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share with you. Like, we've all been there, late nights, searching for porn. And, you find that one porn star, and her name is there. Like, you hit the hub. You hit the tubes, whatever you hit. And you search her, and she has like 15 different scenes. And you're like, why aren't you doing more in this relationship? I'm trying to get to know you. I love you. Come back. Work harder. This is a one-sided relationship. But then, like, you click on that one scene, and, she has her interview going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's your name? Bianca. Well, how old are you, Bianca? I'm 22. Is this your first time doing something like this? Well, yeah, my friends dared me. Pause. Bianca, there was like 10 other scenes in this search engine alone. At the same time, there was like a whole Jacksonville Jaguars defense surrounding you, looking like you were the quarterback and they were trying to eat lunch. I don't know if I can keep doing this. Matter of fact, I think I'm done here. Bianca, I can't see you no more. Close laptop, and I'm out. All right, y'all ready for y'all first comedian? I said, are y'all ready for y'all first comedian out there? All right, this gentleman that I am bringing to the stage, he is very funny. We've had plenty of conversations, very eccentric. Y'all make some noise and put your hands together. Feel highly blessed. Doug Clifford is coming to the stage. Doug, you're up.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you. Okay, let me get this all positioned here. Oh, man, it's great to be here. Well, it's great to be anywhere. When they asked you in 2015 where you saw yourself in 5 years, did you ever dream it would be this? Man, I don't even know where to start. I thought things were bad enough 20 years ago. Now George W. Bush is looking like a combination of Gandhi, the Dalai Lama, and Mother Teresa rolled into one. Read an interesting statistic the other day. It said 93% of black people are killed by other black people. 84% of white people are killed by other white people. And I thought, man, are you serious? It's 2020. Black people should be killing at least 50% of white people by now. But, with all our differences, we have one thing in common, and that's our music, our tunes. Now, it may be different generations, me, Cam, anybody else, but we all have our tunes that we love. And if we're lucky, our favorite artist will die young before their music starts sucking. I've started a GoFundMe campaign. I'm going to buy heroin for Eric Clapton. Trying to find a job, a little harder these days, obviously. They asked me to piss into a cup. I said, you can expect me to either get along with my coworkers or pass the drug test, but not both. And every job is like the Indian caste system. You got the top tier, the attractive people, the Brahmins. You get an email in your box on a Wednesday. Mary's having her birthday on Friday. We're going to celebrate at noon at Las Margaritas. Please come if you can. It's a perfect trifecta for Mary. It's a free lunch. She's not at work, and it's Friday afternoon, so alcohol might be involved. 5 Mexican workers living in a studio behind the restaurant put a poncho on your hat and sing happy birthday in Spanish. Then you got the next tier. They like you, but not as much. They get you a cake from the Dollar Tree, $1.07 with tax, and everybody signs a birthday card. And it's always, most people aren't very creative. I like to write something that people will remember. Bill, hope your wife or girlfriend takes you out for a nice dinner and gives you a fabulous blowjob in the car on the way home. Hope you don't crash into a tree like you did with that tranny during lunch Tuesday. Thanks for sharing your drugs with me at the urinal daily. I wouldn't make it through this shithole without it. Don't worry, no one knows you're wearing matching black stockings, crotchless panties, and a garter belt underneath your khakis. Your friend, Doug. P.S. I love you. Mary, would you sign this and pass this around? Make sure everybody in management sees this. Make sure they know how much we appreciate Bill. And then there's the rest of us, the untouchables. They have a last day of the month, another birthday cake from the Dollar Tree, $1.07 with tax. And that birthday cake's for all of you. You might not even be working that day. They're celebrating your birthday without you. That doesn't seem right. I tell you, getting older is hard. And guys, you know when it's over? When good-looking girls start calling you sir. You might as well hang it up. Your best days are over. The only ones left for you are widows at the early bird dinner at Golden Corral. But I met a new girl on one of my favorite websites, losers.com. Seems like a real understanding girl. She's only been Baker acted twice. Says she doesn't think a small penis should be a problem in a loving relationship. I told her I still wish she didn't have one. Okay, that's all my time. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming out and support the High Dive. We need High Dive in Gainesville to bring in big acts. Support the High Dive. Thanks a lot.
Y'all make some noise for Doug Collins. Make some noise for Doug Collins. I'm with Doug. This era has been dangerous. I hate my coworkers too, Doug. I'm with you, man. Coworkers are fucking terrorists these days. For real, like, it's not. I don't fear terrorists like I fear my coworkers. Like, I don't fear terrorists. ISIS, Al Qaeda, bill collectors. I don't feel terrorists like that no more. My coworkers are the real ones. Dirty Bombs ain't done shit to me, but like my coworker who's trying to turn in the TSR 18 report like 6 months ago now has us all furloughed and shit. Shit fucking sucks. All right, you guys ready for your next comedian? Y'all can do better than that. Y'all ready for your next comedian? I can hear you outside, y'all. Like, okay. Y'all make some noise for this woman who can probably post up the rest of us tonight. I saw her stats online. She averages a triple-double in jokes alone. Like the rebounds, the laughs, all of that. You guys are in for a good time. Make some noise for Paige Nelson.
I didn't expect that kind of support. Thank you. Oh, how are you guys doing? That's a dumb question, I know. It's great. It's great to be out. It's great to be here at the High Dive. Thank you guys so much for having me. You know what's not great, though, is that I still am getting mistaken for Weird Al, just like on the street. Like, it's worse now than ever because nobody's seen anyone in 6 months, so they like see me in the street and they're like, close enough. Like, seriously, it's getting fucking ridiculous. I'm tired of going on word of mouth and just seeing Weird Al poses with fans, and it's like a picture of me at dinner. I'm over it. Please stop. If anything, I look like Weird Al's tether. That's what I look more like. But I hope people have been getting through the pandemic okay. I know it's forced all of us to spend more time at home. Home for me is Crystal River, Florida. If you guys don't know where that is, then that's great, fantastic for you. I'm really happy for you. And when I say that, people are always like, come on, Paige, it's not that bad. And I actually do understand where those people are coming from, because from the outside, it looks like I'm from Jimmy Buffett, Florida. Like, we have the springs, we have kayaks, we go scalloping, we eat fresh seafood. We've got marine speed bumps. The tourists call them manatees, but same difference when you're from there. But like once you get there and you spend more than 10 minutes in Crystal River, you realize I'm actually from Toby Keith, Florida. And if you got that, then so are you. But it's all right, it's not bad. I've been spending a lot of time with my family, which I love, but like any family, they do drive me fucking insane. And I swear it's like my mom's full-time occupation now to just like give me anxiety. For example, my brother races motocross professionally. Yeah, we're not NASCAR rednecks, but we're pretty fucking close. But I had to leave a race early, and I was on my way home, and my mom just texted me, "Your brother wrecked." And I'm like, so I do a U-turn, I'm on my way back up there, I'm trying to get information out of my mom, and all I get is, headed to hospital. And so I'm like writing his eulogy through my ugly tears, and then I get a text from her that says, may have broken his pinky toe. Thoughts and prayers. Second text. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you didn't think that was pertinent information to tell me the first time? And this is coming from a woman who, like, you get her on the phone and she'll talk to you for an hour and a half about, like, her coworker's son's girlfriend's new car that she just got that she's, like, just doesn't deserve. You know what I mean? So I don't know why that doesn't translate to text, but it's crazy. I've always thought that my mom had, like, a weird sixth sense for, like, telling me terrible news at the most inconvenient times. And, like, in her defense, there's no good time to tell me that my grandma died. But the first time that I was having sex with my girlfriend would have been, like, last on the list. Would have been, like, my last choice. It just ended in me, like, sobbing and her just being like, what's going on? Which is how it normally ends. But it wasn't my fault that time. But yeah, I always thought that my mom had bad timing. But it turns out my dad's timing, even better. Mwah. Over the weekend, my cousin got married. And it's amazing, beautiful, celebration of love. I told my dad while we were at the wedding, I said, hey, you know, I think I'm going to finally commit to getting sober. You know, I think I'm finally committing to getting sober. And he looked me dead in the eyes and said, that's beautiful, honey. I'm divorcing your mom. And I was like, what did you just say? And I tried to tell him, like, tried to talk to him about how I was upset about the news. And all I got was, well, it's great material for stand-up, right? And I was like, oh my God, Dad, that's really generous of you, but you don't have to get a divorce to help me with stand-up. I'll be okay. And that's how I saved their marriage. I did an amazing job. They're fully in love. It's been a time. It really has. But yeah, no, the pandemic has also, like, made me be on my phone way too much. And I know this because my Snapchat ads are ridiculous now. I don't understand why. Like, I keep getting this ad for a Christian dating site. And, like, the ad pops up in between, like, stories of my gay friends doing drugs. And I'm like, this doesn't belong here. It's this terrible ad, and this guy pops up, and he's like, where are all the Christian singles at? And I'm like, probably, like, at Bible study, praying my gay away. I don't know what to tell you, but not here. And then I was like, probably, like, the only reason that I keep getting that ad is the amount of times that I type, like, Jesus Christ and oh my God every day. Like, for example, I'll text something like, oh my fucking God, if the Toby Keith concert sells out, I'm gonna end my shit, Jesus Christ. Just something like that, I don't know. But the pandemic. The pandemic has also made me do things that I never thought I would do again, you know, like exercise, eat healthy, my ex, just all good things like that. No, my ex and I are back together, and it's great, it's amazing, beautiful. She's the person I want to spend my life with. She does have, like, extreme baby fever right now, to the point where, like, even as a lesbian, I'm afraid. Yeah, and I don't think I would be as afraid if she wasn't a midwife. Like, I'm truly terrified that I'm just gonna come home to a child one day, we're gonna have to pack up, leave the country, and I'm gonna end up on an episode of The First 48. For a kid that I didn't want. Like, seriously, because, like, kids are expensive. Like, she's like, oh, I wanna have our first by 27. And I'm like, do you think I'm gonna have the money to buy a child at 27? Because when you're gay, that's what you have to do. You have to buy children. Like, it's so expensive. IVF is insanely expensive. It's like, that'll be $25,000, and it might not work. and I don't have that kind of money, you know? For half of that, I can buy a cabinet on Wayfair named Ashley. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying someone should look into that. But yeah, and it's also just like, how am I going to parent my child as a gay parent? You know, what am I going to tell them to threaten them? You know, what am I going to say? You were adopted. They're going to be like, mm-hmm. Or my favorite, what am I going to be like? You were an accident. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, I was an accident. Did you, like, accidentally lose $25,000 and then, like, trip and fall onto some sperm cells? Like, get the fuck out of here, white and nerdy. All right, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you.
Y'all make some noise for Weird Al's Tether. Yo, for real. She was talking about weird ads on Instagram and such like that. And if you notice, my drink has magically refilled itself. But speaking of Instagram, the one thing I can't stand is when people have their pages for inanimate objects or things that can't type. Like, people who have pages for their dogs and stuff. I can't stand that shit. Like, that's really annoying. Like, your dog can't operate Instagram. Like, that shit's like, and then they DM me, follow my dog. No, I don't want to follow your dog. I have an Instagram for my dog. Zero that dog. Shout out to Zero that dog. He only has like 20 followers. Make sure you follow him. All right, but we want to keep things moving. This next comedian is coming to the stage. They are the producer of Gainesville comedy shows all around the city. You guys put your hands together for Jen Archie.
All right, what's up? What's up, Gainesville and the internet? How's it going? Yeah, I don't care. It's good to be here. Let me take my mask off. All right. So some of you may know, before this pandemic, I was a comedian and a touring musician. So basically, I was a bartender. Yeah. But now, I'm an aspiring Instagram influencer and TikTok backup dancer. That's right, not the main dancer, not even the main dancer. You gotta work up to that. I wish that I was a child actor, right? Because then now I would be a stay-at-home actor. Yeah, in the pandemic. Acting basically now is just from here up. Like, if you can do a Zoom, you can be an actor. So I wish I was a child actor. You know, you start out as a baby, you just lay there, like, meh. You wake up, next thing you know, you're a 10-year-old millionaire with a career. Yeah, you get that pay bump after puberty when you can do shirtless Calvin Klein ads. But, you know, some people say, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. Those kids didn't choose that life. The parents chose that for them. They didn't get to choose that career. Yeah. Do you think I chose to be poor and live over a fireworks hut with Bob and Debbie? No, man, I didn't choose that life. I didn't choose that. Yeah, you don't know what I would have chosen, but rich child actor is a good guess. It's a good guess. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Let's hear it for everybody who's on house arrest. Yeah. Y'all are crushing it. Y'all are crushing it right now. Pick the right time. Any couples in quarantine out there? Type it in the chat. I'll wait. Couples in quarantine. I think, you know, what we all thought it was going to be like was a lot of sensual massages with hand sanitizer, a lot of quality time. What it was actually like, though, is, so we're starting a debate club. It meets 18 times a day. We debate everything from politics to healthcare to which side of the sink the dishes should go on. It's either the left side or the it doesn't fucking matter, babe. Figuring it out. We're starting to see the effects of that baby boom they predicted, right? From all the non-essential workers who have been at home making love, the miracle of life. Some of my friends are starting to have kids from the pandemic. And I'm like, is that a miracle though? I mean, you were a touring bass player, basically unemployed. You were a touring bass player and a stand-up comedian. You didn't pull out one time, now you're a fucking hero. And someone's emergency contact. Oh my God. Show decisions have become a lot more complicated lately, right? It used to just be like, is there a mic? All right, I'm there. But now it's like, well, how good is the show? And what is their sanitation protocol? How much do you love your mom? And do you want to have a Christmas? Regardless, I did decide to do this show because this is not a live show. We're just filming for those at home and on the beer garden, so that's great. Thanks to the venue for keeping us safe. But this has been like the most divisive disaster ever, right? Like most disasters, you can kind of agree on, like a hurricane or a fire, like people agree on what it is or what you should do about it, right? But like if this pandemic was a fire, we'd be like, well, I don't know, fire affects people differently. Are you on fire? Am I on fire? I don't know. We can't tell. I'll let you know in 5 to 14 days. Like, fuck. Woo. Yeah, I don't have a memory anymore since the pandemic, so that's okay. Oh, not looking forward to pandemic birthday. Oh my God, pandemic birthdays. Oh, you get so many like heartfelt cards and homemade videos. Write me a little song. I just want you to know, like, I'm never gonna forget that you didn't get me a fucking birthday gift. My God. Oh, you're gonna drive by and honk happy birthday? Like, you're gonna rip me off in a pandemic? Come on. This is what's killing the economy. Buy some fucking wrapping paper, assholes. Oh, my birthday 4 years ago, I had a show for my birthday. It was on election night. It was the worst fucking birthday I've ever had since the time we burnt down that Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah. So there was like a toilet paper shortage. I don't know if that's still in effect, but there was a big toilet paper shortage. I guess people were buying all the toilet paper. But the funny thing is, the stores were like out of toilet paper, but they weren't out of canned food. Like, isn't that kind of like putting the cart ahead of the horse? I don't know. I guess the real reason is that they said so many less people were pooping at work. Like, that makes sense. Everybody's pooping at home, right? So at my house, we got a bidet. You know, you know what a bidet is. I don't know. Google it. We got a bidet. It sprays water on your bum. And you know, I don't know. I mean, like it's pretty okay. Like I don't like drink out of it a lot, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. It's basically what the cat has been trying to tell us for years. I hate when people ask me like, what have you been doing during the pandemic? So what have you been doing? What have I been doing during the pandemic? Trying to cure COVID-19. What? Like, I'm leaning over a bathtub, mixing different face lotions and contour, or whatever that is, and 5 strains of weed, trying to cure this pandemic. Why, like an American, you know, like I'm fucking doing my part. Why, what have you been doing? Podcasts? Living room acoustic live streams? What? Like, what the fuck? Writing birthday songs? Fuck, I'm trying to cure this pandemic. The fuck, people? So obviously, before the pandemic, a lot of comedians were depressed. Right? A lot of people were depressed. But now I see them and I'm like, bullshit. I saw you wash your hands. You're trying to live, motherfucker. Oh my God. Yeah. There used to be very clear signs of depression. You know, like you could tell, like if you're spending most days at home in a bathrobe drinking whiskey, you might be depressed. But now that's just called working from home, right? If you're like a mom and you're drinking wine at 10 a.m., that would have been a clear sign. But now they just call that homeschooling. Yeah. Oh, I'd like to thank all of the CEOs from Delta Airlines and Planet Fitness and Spotify for sending me those emails. Thanks for all those emails, yeah. I mean, I hear from them more than I hear from my own grandma. In her defense, she's no longer with us. But yeah, they're just like sending all these emails like, this is how we're dealing with COVID-19. And I'm like, aren't you just like a music streaming platform? So just gonna keep streaming music then? Like, okay, yeah, all right. I've been spending a lot of time at home, so I have one of those Alexa robots, and she's been asking lately if I'd like her to learn my name. Oh, I can learn your name and your voice. I hear you talking a lot. If you like, I can learn your name and your voice. I can learn your name and your voice. And I'm like, no thanks, Alexa. I don't need you listening to me and identifying my voice and like recording everything I say. So then we were like, well, maybe we should start disguising our voices when we're talking about things we don't want Alexa to know about, right? So we're like, maybe put on a little Cockney accent, like, oh, I'm just gonna go down to the corner and buy a little bit of weed. Or you're like, maybe get a little Southern, like, well, I reckon I'm gonna go kill the president. No. We don't need Alexa to know about that. Speaking of killing the president, fuck racists. Ha ha ha. Fuck racists. What? Why is that even still a thing? Oh my God, that you have to say. Yeah, and also like fuck your flag heritage bullshit. Like come on. If you love like 1800s aesthetics so much, why don't you wear a gray wig? Why don't you put on some rouge? Why don't you wear 3 pairs of underwear and pants to the beach? I fucking love that shit so much. Yeah, you know what? Like back then, they didn't have like a flag factory to make updates. You know? Like Betsy Ross comes up and she's like, well, here's this flag. I just spent 1,000 hours sewing this for the country. What do y'all think? You know, they're not likely to be like, well, actually, Betsy, can you maybe like move some things around and just make a few minor changes because right now it just looks a little bit like a dog whistle for racists. All right, thanks. That's my time.
Hell no, y'all keep that shit going for Jenarchy. Y'all keep that shit going. Y'all keep that going, yeah. She was talking about the 1800s. That shit makes me think, like, you know, imagine if they had social media back then, like, and screenshots and all that shit that happens now. Like, yo, a dude tries to holler, like, yo, would you like to come to me with the apple orchard? And she screenshots and blocks him. He's like, what is blocked? That's witchcraft. Drown the bitch. You know, like, wouldn't that'd be weird? No? Okay, that's just me. She also was talking about people on house arrest they're straight killing it. Yo, that is actually true. Like, if there was a time, there's never a time to actually get arrested and get probation and actually be on house arrest. But if there was, like, this shit is now. Like, to get caught with, like, an eighth, like, yo, that is amazing. Speaking of probation, our next comedian got her permission slip to be here tonight. You guys make some noise, put them hands together for Ali Markowitz.
I do have my permission slip. I am on probation. It'll be funny one day, okay? Not so funny right now. But thanks. That's my probation officer. I better get paid good for this tonight. I'll be reporting. So, yeah, in jail they have like a bedtime. I did not know that. Lights out. Lights out? All right, well, I am like a product of teen pregnancy. Lights out, like a bedtime routine. Okay, there were 3 of us. Do you know what our bedtime routine growing up was? Just the ugly side of a dance marathon. The 3 of us were just staring at each other in the living room. I'm not tired. You're tired. I'm not tired. You're tired. I ate a bag of sugar for dinner. My bones are made of ramen noodles. Mom hates you. I know. I know she does. I actually do snore when I sleep, and it's not cute. It's much louder than that. That's usually how I judge my boyfriends. Ask any past lover. They're like, oh, I'm gonna stay the night. And I'm like, ooh. Well, I snore. I bet it's so adorable. You're not gonna make it to the morning. I also fight in my sleep. I'm a kind of a fighter. My ex-boyfriend, I knew that I fell in love with him. Well, first of all, he was still there in the morning. Second of all, he's like, who are you fighting in your sleep? I was like, oh no, did I hit you? Oh no. He's like, no, you took that out on the wall. It was like Fight Club against the wall. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm in love. Subconsciously, that's how I know, apparently. I'm in love. Yeah, not a very good sleep partner. That's okay, that's all right. Let's see, what am I allowed to say? What am I allowed to say? Yeah, the whole 80s teenager thing was kind of funny because when I went to kindergarten, the only interactions I had was that. And I went to kindergarten, and I was like, hey, teach, why don't you put some AC/DC on while I'm playing with my blocks? Yeah, I had a mullet. It's Florida. She looks at me like this, like, Barney is a dinosaur from our imagination. I was like a worthy adversary. As the year went on, I was like, oh, does your eye always twitch like that? She's like, parent-teacher conference. Parent-teacher conference. I'm like, listen, I didn't want to say this, but you are a middle-aged white woman wearing a dashiki. Now, I'm only 5, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. Except for Biddle. Biddle's babies. You're cool, Biddle. Word. Yeah, I loved a parent-teacher conference. I was like, oh my God, this woman is obsessed with me. Fine. A whole meeting to talk about how smart I am. Allie has a smart mouth. Allie has a smart attitude. My dad was like, time out, Teach. Hey, Teach, you trying to tell me that my daughter's a smart ass? And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I guess I'm too smart for my own good then, aren't I? This year's gonna be so much fun. So believe it or not, I'm a lover. I really am. I love very deeply. Love very deeply. Love so deeply. I actually wrote a song, a love song. It's not about my ex-boyfriend. Like, he's cool. He's cool. This person knows who he is. Hang on 1 second. It's called Stockholm Syndrome Isn't Love. So the chorus goes, Stockholm Syndrome Isn't Love. The second part, I want to hear you guys sing along. For all the narcissists in your life. I'll say, Stockholm Syndrome Isn't Love. Just repeat back. My whole life I was told, just sit down, you little girl. No one wants to hear your voice. You don't even get a choice. Oh yeah. Stockholm isn't love. Sing with me. Stockholm isn't love. Barbie's in her plastic home, sitting there all alone. Tired of them telling me, girl, there's something wrong with you. Oh yeah? Well, Stockholm isn't love. Sing with me. You can keep your bloody ring. I just wanna dance and sing. Narcissists are all around. Get me off this carousel. Because Stockholm isn't love. Stockholm isn't love. Stop with all the gaslighting. We all deserve to be free. Stockholm isn't love. Stockholm isn't love. See, I told you I was a lover. I hope everyone enjoys their house arrest / probational period / COVID / apocalypse. This is hell. All right, have a great night, everyone.
I'll be looking for that song on Tidal. I don't give a fuck what you say. Stockholm isn't love. Yeah, that shit's a slap. Are you serious? I got a whole playlist with Hall and Oates on it. It just made the cut. Are you serious? Fucking kidding me, yo. Singing that on the way home. Stockholm isn't love. I told y'all at the beginning of this night this shit was karaoke on top of jokes. Fuck you talking about? Yeah, so I've learned it is the fall season around here, but you can't tell here in Gainesville because fucking rains all the time. Shit, God, dog. I see why y'all call this bitch the swamp. Like, this is swamp ass I'm experiencing here. Golly. Like, this shit's crazy. Like, I'm from Tampa, and we're right next to the water. It doesn't rain as much as it does here in Gainesville. Like, this shit should be unlawful. It should be illegal and shit. God, dog. But yeah, she said, everybody, I hope you're enjoying your COVID times, your free time from COVID and everything. Did you get sent home? And I've explored Twitter. I've been on Twitter. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, Cam That Dude, as well as the radio, Magic 101.3, 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday. Well, not right now, but you know, hey, Monday through Friday, hey, cheap plug. All right, but no, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. I explored a little bit more with Twitter, and I'm learning some things. Like, you ladies are ruthless. Ladies are ruthless on social media. Shit. There's something called Dick Yelp. Like, that's a thing. That is actually a thing. It's called Dick Yelp, where, like, they review somebody based off of length, girth, stroke, stamina, energy, pounds per minute, all that shit. It's like, holy shit, are you serious? Like, I thought if men ever came up with something like that, oh, burn the internet down. Like, I'm not saying it's fair or unfair. You ladies have to express your way any way that you have to, but you ladies are fucking out of control. I got called a whore the other day because I bought gray sweatpants. Bitch, I like being comfortable. Like, am I a whore for being comfortable? Like, how is that possible? I don't get that shit. Like, am I supposed to wear skinny jeans and blue jeans all the damn time? I can't wear basketball shorts and sweatpants out this bitch? Like, I'm a whore for that? God, dog. I got called less than a man because I like eating brunch. Like, yo, what? Or it's suspect to eat breakfast now? Like, that's the most important meal of the day. I can't have a waffle without living an alternative lifestyle. That shit's crazy to me. That's the culture we live in now, right? Like, yo, that's crazy. Like, this is a Jack and Apple with ginger ale. I swear to God, somebody's gonna be like, yo, it's suspect to drink bourbon. Like, what? Are you serious? Like, that's crazy. Like, I didn't know my alcoholism affect my sexuality at all. I didn't get that shit. I mean, I get it if I get fruit on top of my waffle. Then we can have a conversation. But, you know, like, yo, I'm just using basic syrup and butter. Like, I'm a country boy. All right, you guys ready for your next comedian? Y'all can make more noise than that. Out there on the beer garden, are you ready for your next comedian? Yeah, wait 5 seconds. We got to wait 5 seconds. Let's try that again. Out in the beer garden, are you ready for your next comedian? All right, there we are. They're alive out there. This next person looks like Tony Hawk's tether. We just got all the celebrities tonight. Like, this guy is taller than any person needs to be. Like, seriously. I looked at him like, yo, so how do you want me to bring you out? Like, this man is tall. He is a teacher, a stand-up comedian, and a nimble wolf. Y'all make some noise for Biddle.
Well, hello. Thank you. I'd say, like, hello, how's everybody doing? But I know it's going to take like 10 seconds for them to actually hear it. So we're good, guys. We're good. I trust you're good. I've been out there a lot. Oh, how's everybody doing? All right. So, like he said, I'm actually a full-time public school teacher. Second grade, so 7- and 8-year-olds, like little people, right? And this year has been crazy because I've been teaching online. So I go to work, I go into my classroom, and I teach from there, but all the kids are at home. And this has been a hard year for them because they have the news. They know what's going on. They know most of their friends are going back to school. They know people are going back to work, and they're starting to get antsy. I mean, we've been doing this almost 6-7 weeks now, and they're like, Mr. Biddle, this is getting crazy. I think my mom's overreacting. Like, I'm ready to see my friends again. And then last Friday happened, and Trump caught the coronavirus. Oh, that script got flipped real quick. Like, I was driving to work, and I saw it, and I'm like, nope, not today, Satan. I am not doing this. I am not covering this. We'll do it Monday. But I forgot that they're at home, so they have the news. So, like, 9 o'clock rolls around. I'm in the middle of teaching reading. One kid leaves to go take a piss, and he comes back 3 minutes later and is like, yo, Trump caught the COVIDs. And everyone started freaking out. Oh my God. They were just like, oh, staying at home ain't that bad. No, it's a comfortable environment. I get to dress whatever I want. You know, not come to think of it, I think mama really loves me. I don't know what's wrong with those other kids' parents. Whoo, that flipped real quick. Oh man, but it was difficult getting ready to start this year because, like I said, I was going to be doing online. I was going to have 30 students assigned to me, and I had this little 15-inch screen laptop. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to Zoom with 30 people on this? Right? Yeah, I'm stressing. And then the first morning, the first day of school comes in, I'm walking around the school stressed. I just walk into the library, and I see this 75-inch TV over here, and I'm like, Rick. Yo, what's this doing here? Oh, it's some new computer thing that they're trying to get us to buy, but they just sent it as a demo. They'll probably send it back a couple weeks. We're not spending $5,000 on that. So wait, anybody can play with it? I guess, why not? I'll be right back. I immediately went to my classroom, booted it all up. All right, kids, look, first thing's PE, so I'm gonna need y'all to like go off, do some Fortnite dances, I don't know. It's on you, it's your time. Immediately closed it and beeline back to that library and started wheeling this 75-inch computer down to my screen. Like a baller. There was a fourth grader came out of his classroom and was just like, whoa, Mr. Biddle! I'm just like, word. I hooked this thing up and I can see everyone on it. I mean, it was perfect. It's a touch screen, so I'm sitting around doing all kinds of wizard shit. They think I'm amazing. I'm like, man, I gotta buy this toy. I gotta get them to buy this for me. So I figure this out, and they start sending people in just to kind of see how online's going, right? They start sending in people from the county, and then they send someone from the state, and they watch me do a lesson. These people were blown the fuck away. They're like, Mr. Biddle, we've been in classrooms every day this year. This is the most like well put together class we've seen. About 2 hours later, my principal came back in that classroom and was like, all right, Biddle, you win, the county's buying it. They're spending $5,000 on me? No, Mr. Biddle, this is blah, 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 blah. It costs $10,000. They're spending $10,000 on me? No, Mr. Biddle, they're buying one for you, one for another teacher at the school, and two for every school in the county. I'm like, damn, they're spending like $250,000 on us? She's like, yeah, evidently you made education better for everybody. Yeah, y'all know me. I'm a chaos agent. This is fucking up my reputation. Oh, they're slipping up. They're talking about calling me teacher of the year and shit. I'm like, I'm way too stupid for that shit. Like, no, for real. I failed 9th grade 3 times. I am a shining example of those that can't do, teach. For real. But it's beautiful being a teacher. For instance, our host Cam said I was tall. I actually have a rare genetic disorder called Marfan syndrome. Makes me as tall as I am, makes my arms, legs, fingers longer than they're supposed to be, but it also gave me a caved-in chest. But you can't really tell with my shirt on. Like, Cam didn't know. He's over there like, what the world? But I was helping a student out about 4 weeks last year before the pandemic happened. I'm standing over him. I'm helping him do math. I'm like, yeah, bro, but you got to carry the one. And he puts his hand right in there and goes, oh, Mr. Biddle, bro, you got a hole in your chest. And the kid sitting right next to him sees it and goes, you do have a hole in your chest. And at this point, the entire class is staring at me. And I'm like, guys, let's be accurate. It's more like a shallow crater. It's not a bottomless chasm. But they're 8. They're savage. They're just like, Mr. Biddle, let's be accurate. That's not shallow. How'd you get like that? I'm like, guys, it's a genetic disorder. So when you're developing in your mom, your genes can mutate, and you can end up like this. And they're like, oh, so you're like an X-Men? Yeah, exactly like an X-Men. Well, Mr. Biddle, what's your origin story? My origin story? Mr. Biddle. Every superhero has an origin story. What's yours? All right, guys, it was 11 years ago. It was 2009. Barack Obama was just elected president. Everyone's hyped on hope and change. But then NASA, they discovered there's this meteor coming. And this meteor, guys, it's big enough to kill the dinosaurs. But they're not here anymore. We are. Y'all, they sent 10 miners up there. They drilled a hole. They planted a bomb. Aerosmith made a song about it. Everyone got hyped. But it didn't work. So everyone's bracing for certain Armageddon at this point. Like, a deep impact is on the horizon. Remember, guys, this is 4 years before the Avengers come out. We don't even know they exist yet. Oh, those kids know. They're like, that happened in 2013. Mr. Biddle, what happened? I'm like, guys, I wouldn't let us go out like that. I figured out where this meteor was coming. I lined myself up. I caught it, threw it down, and from that day I bear this mark. You're welcome. Oh, those kids treated me like a god after that. They told all the other kids at the school. There was a 5th grader that saw me on the sidewalk. I was like, yo, Mr. Biddle, thank you for your service. Oh, yeah, the other teacher's like, Mr. Biddle, this is getting crazy. This is getting out of hand. I'm like, yeah, well, they never told me in teacher college how to talk about my negative B cup, so I'm just winging it. No, for real, it's a negative B cup. Look at this shit. Yeah, but it's like having a fucking superpower. Have you been at home laying on the couch watching Disney Plus with a bowl of popcorn, and you're just like, where do I put this? Ready-made bowl holder. I never drop that shit. For real, ladies, have y'all ever had a body shot from something like this? Fucking around with Biddle will give you alcohol poisoning. For real, like, have you ever had an existential crisis? Like, you're really tore up, and you're just like, whoa, like, all right, guys, like, if there is a God, and he made us, and we're like some kind of invention, how much of this is a waste? That much. I have all the organs you do, Paige, like 45% of the space. I'm built more efficient. Oh, man. But it is crazy, because, like, you think, because there's no room, you think the organs would be packed in there. Nah, hear this shit. That shit's hollow. Yeah, like, I've stared at the mirror and been like, bro, are you even human? Call my mom up, like, all right, Mom, 1986. Were you walking in a cow field, saw a bright light, woke up in your bed the next morning not knowing what happened? She's like, how do you know? I'm like, fuck! It's me and Elon. Damn it. But this year's been crazy. Like, because of Trump and all this bullshit, we have family fighting against family. Like, for instance, there's another Biddle, and I saw on Facebook timeline, he posted this boat with a bunch of fucking Trump flags on it and fucking Confederate flags. He's like, this is the most beautiful boat ever. If you want to sink it, why do you have that on there? And he's like, Daniel, I'm over here representing our family, our history, our tradition. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm making our ancestors proud. What are you doing, Daniel? I'm like, well, first off, I'm actually looking at our ancestry. If you go to Ancestry.com, bro, we weren't born, like, we aren't from Florida. We came here in the 1930s from New York. Oh, yeah, we were in the Civil War for the Union. Who's making the ancestors proud, really? Let's be real. Oh. But, like, there's also other little pitfalls through the year, like, just things that you don't expect to happen. Like, for instance, Biddle had a baby. Yeah, I made a widow Biddle. Whoo! And see, that's surprising, because I'm 33. In my entire 20s, I was married to another lady, the ex-wife. But I was married, and we were trying to have kids. We went to in vitro specialists. We did everything. They first checked her, and then they checked me 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know. See, when you're a lady and you're going in there to find out if you're infertile or not, they treat you with just the kindest gloves. They're like, come here, girl. Just understand, if it doesn't work out, it's not you. It's just the way it happens. It doesn't mean that you're broken. Everything is okay. It's just this one little thing doesn't work out. But if you're a dude shooting blanks, oh, it instantly becomes a fucking roast battle. You go in there, you sit down, and they're like, Mr. Biddle, that ain't never going to happen. It ain't never going to happen. Like, for real, you got like 2, 3 tails. There's one that had so many heads. We called it the fucking Hydra. Like, it's not going to happen. So, yeah, so I'm like, yeah. So when she told me Christmas Eve that she was late, I instantly started laughing. I'm like, oh, I'll buy the pregnancy test. I bought a twofer. Oh, yeah, that's a real confidence. Like, I'll buy the pregnancy test. Boom, take it for me. But she didn't. She's like, no, we'll wait until the right time or whatever. Evidently, the right time was the next morning, Christmas morning. Oh, yeah, she wakes up 30 minutes before I do. Goes into the bathroom, takes the first test. Positive. Oh, shit. Instantly takes the second test. Positive. Ooh. She gets done and walks out the fucking house. Like, you ever stub your toe and you're trying to outwalk the pain? Yeah, she just instantly went, oh, not pregnant, not pregnant, not pregnant, not pregnant, and didn't tell me. So I wake up. What's the first thing anyone does when they wake up? I go to take a piss. I go in there, I am midstream, and all of a sudden something catches in my peripheral, and I look down and I see positive, positive. And my first dumbass thought is, does this mean I'm having twins? Snap out of it. And that's when I just look down and I'm like, bro, like, have you ever been in the middle, guys, of using your dick and realize your dick has done something else life-changing, monumental that you never thought could happen? Oh, man, I'm just staring at it. I'm like, bro, I thought we were shooting blanks the whole time at Tu Brute. No, for real. I was out there shooting more shots like Keanu Reeves in a John Wick movie. Oh, and thinking my bullets were just as fake. No, evidently I'm just Brandon Lee from The Crow. Just boom, ah, fuck. What, it's 30 years too soon? Oh, that's how you age yourself. You know who The Crow is. All right. Oh. But the beautiful thing about like having a kid is that you start like it's developing and you're getting ready for it, so you eventually have to name the child, right? And I didn't think this was gonna happen for me. So I'm like, boo, whatever you want to name it, I'm down. Just give me veto power. She's like, okay. Well, because she's Congolese, she's first generation, her family's from the Congo. She's like, I want to give her a traditional African name if it's a girl. I want to name her Ngali. I'm like, perfect, no problem. But what about if it's a boy? I don't know. I'll think about it and get back to you. Y'all, 3 weeks go by, and she still can't think of anything. And I'm like, yo, we have the ultrasound tomorrow. I kind of want to know what we'd be naming this thing if it's a boy. She's like, fuck it, Biddle, whatever. What would you name it if it's a boy? Like, for real, what would you name it? Andre. Andre Biddle. Damn, that sounds right. Baby, where'd you think of that? And I just look at her, I'm like, Andre 3000, Outcast. Obviously. She's like, motherfucker, I almost gave you credit. Y'all, the next day, we're at the ultrasound. We're sitting there, the lady's doing the little thing, and she's like, oh, look, you're having a boy. I swear to God, I jumped up, was like, my baby don't mess around. She instantly just hits me, stop it. I'm like, all right. Oh. This is how I knew she was on board with the name, though. We get done with that, we get back in the car, she's holding the fucking roll of film from the ultrasound. She just looks at me and is like, hey, baby, shake it like a Polaroid picture. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And because of my genetic disorder, like, we didn't know if something was going to happen during the pregnancy, so we kept putting off telling everybody. Like, she's into the burlesque community. Shout out to my boo, Phoenix Midnight. Oh, yeah, fucking legend of the burlesque community. And then we have me on the comedy side, so people would want to know. But we didn't tell them because we didn't know if something was going to happen. And then randomly one day, she just, boop, posts it. I'm like, what's going on with this day? Look it up. Hey, Phoenix, did you know it was Andre 3000's birthday? She's like, yeah. I'm like, why didn't you put that in the post? She's like, it's called an Easter egg, Biddle. It's where you do something with a reference and you don't tell anybody and you see if they figure it out. I'm like, no. I get what an Easter egg is. Why did you make our birth announcement some Marvel level MCU event? Like, did you really intend to do that? She just looks at me and is like, obviously. I'm like, you are my fucking soulmate. Oh, that's when you really get to learn someone's when you have a baby with them. Whoo! Like when that baby is born 2 months ago, August 10th. Oh my God. Dude, 25 fucking hours of labor. Yeah, see, here's the thing, guys. When we sit here and we call each other, like when someone's cowardly, we call them a pussy. That is the dumbest shit ever. Because what women do is gangster as fuck. For real, think about this shit. You got two options when you get there. Either A, this shit swells up enough to where you can put a fucking cantaloupe out, or B, they cut you. And that's what happened. After 25 hours, they're like, okay, the umbilical cord's wrapped around, we're going in, we gotta cut you. And I'm freaking out. She's just like, word. Yes, gangster as fuck. If that was me, I'd be like, nah, it's 2020. Like, let's Star Trek beam this shit out, Scotty. Like, I need options. Oh my God. So they put her in there. They put the little thing so you can't see anything past it. And I'm sitting there holding her hand. I'm like, all right, baby, we're here. All right, baby, I got you. And she's just like, motherfucker, you're just sitting there. What are you talking about? Fair enough. So they start doing the thing. You know, I'm trying not to look past that curtain. And the next thing you know, they swing him wide. And I literally get to see him and then watch him take his first breath. Yes, that very first, and he's alive into the world. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. They take them over to the scale, they weigh them, they're like, oh, 7 pounds, Daddy, come over here and take a picture. It's clear across the room. I get up, I run over there, not even thinking. Boom, take the picture. And there's a flash of light behind me. And I turn around, and I get to see the other side of that curtain. Oh, yeah, no, I saw my girl opened up like a fucking horror show. Those doctors were still holding her uterus in their hands, trying to put it back in. I went from seeing the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life to the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I saw more of her than she will ever see of her own body. Right? Like, I know her better than she knows herself at this point. That's how crazy 2020 is. But the beautiful thing is our baby is fucking gorgeous. He is so just precious. But the problem is he looks just like her. So everything's, oh, he has my nose, oh, he has my cheeks. And I'm just waiting on the day that this kid can talk. And then that little, like, everyone's going like, oh, no, he got this from me, he got this from me. And then it turns around to, oh, no, girl, he got that attitude from you. That was my time. Y'all have a great night.
Y'all keep making some noise for Biddle out there, man. I'm sorry, I'm just making note to not let Biddle teach my kids. Nah, I'm just making sure that, you know, I move by the time that my boo says she's pregnant. One time for Paige also. Paige, you know what the funny part is? I've been drinking Jack all night, and I've been ordering it. They just showed me an Instagram thing for it. So one time for Paige, they out here listening, shit. For real, man. Yo, Biddle, my man, like, you're braver than I to be in the room. I don't have any kids that I know of. I refuse. If I get a woman pregnant, I'm in the waiting room. Like, yo, I'm in the waiting room, fam. Like, I'm not going to be in there with that. That's a war zone. There's a reason I didn't sign up for the Army. Like, I'm in the waiting room chilling. Fuck you talking about? I'm not going to be called all that. All right. Before I bring up your next comedian, as always, make some noise for all the comedians that have touched this stage for tonight. Please make some noise for them out in the beer garden. Make some noise in this room. Make some noise for them. Please, let's go. Oh, no, I'm waiting for the beer garden. I'm waiting for the beer garden to make some noise. They're on like a 5-second delay right now. All right, before I bring up this next comedian, as always, I'm going to plug myself. You can follow me on Instagram, @CamThatDude. Every Monday through Friday, you can listen to me on Magic 101.3, 7 to midnight. All right, I had to get that freeze frame going. This next comedian, I have had nerd conversations with him left and right. I think I'm going to get his switch code afterwards. And no, ladies, that is not what you mean. It's a video game. Get your mind out the gutter. Not everything is suspect. Y'all make some noise for my man, LBX Lunchbox.
Is this coming? Can y'all hear me? Y'all hanging out? We're on a delay, which means, as far as I'm concerned, that's time travel. Traveling through time together. Fuck you. Just in case you don't want to know how I'm feeling tonight, I'll let you know how everything's going. Pretty fucking bad. I don't know if y'all know this or not. There's a fucking pandemic going on. Hearing myself echo back's pretty awesome, though. Pass Lunchbox, you're rad. He believes in himself. This is uncomfortable. Some of y'all paid money to watch this shit? Jeez. 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 That's pretty crazy. I'm sure it's super entertaining for the people outside watching right now, too. Quality times. What have you guys been up to? What have we been doing with ourselves? Well, the world's all fucked up. Camera 4, camera 5, camera 6, how you doing? Hanging out. I've been doing pretty good. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. Been watching a lot of the news. That's like a different kind of Pokemon. It's like one that I didn't want to catch. One that follows me home. One that says a lot of scary shit when I'm not paying attention. And like, Pokemon was fun. It's a fun time game for fun time friends. And like, you hang out together and like you catch little monsters and then like they fight for you. It's awesome. But the world's like that now too. They're going right now, snatching people up. It's fucking scary. You thought I was just gonna sit here and do jokes with you the entire time. You signed up for this ride too. And we're gonna do it together. Tonight. I love you, America. I miss you, America. I miss doing this when like there's people in the audience. It's so nice. This right now feels like I'm about to be waterboarded. Like there's about to be dudes rush in here, grab me, whatever waterboarding is. I'm assuming it has squirt guns or something. Swordsmanship, I'm good at it. In case you're ever wondering about what I've been working on, swordsmanship has been a big deal. I've been practicing my forward cross, my riposte, my turn off the TV and not watch it anymore. It's a pretty powerful swordsman technique. I don't know if you know this or not, America. My birthday's coming up next month. If the world can continue until then, that would be cool. Y'all haven't given me a lot of hope that it's going to continue, but we're working on it together. I'm hopefully we can find it together. Some sense of normalcy. I do one of these. I took a lot of acid before I got on this camera with y'all tonight, and it's blowing me up. I had all of these like matriculated, thought out arguments and concise things that I was gonna say. That shit is gone. Goodbye. Let's talk, America. Let's talk about how we're gonna vote. Yeah. You didn't think it would go here. You thought we were just gonna be having a good time. Well, we're not. Because I'm not having a good time, and you shouldn't be either. If you don't vote, you are throwing our country away. If you don't vote, then all that stuff that happened in those Marvel movies is gonna come true. Thanos is here. He just looks a lot stupider than we thought he would. And the stakes that we're facing are very particular to our country in specific. I don't know if I said that right, but I don't care. There's no one in here to criticize me. There's no audience. There's nothing. As far as you guys are concerned, this entire show, like I could just be in a room right now, and I kind of am. And I can hear myself echoing back. Ugh, what a nightmare. Let's sex this mic up a little bit. Hope y'all don't got COVID now. I'm gonna be sharing it. I'm really good at Mario Kart. I feel like with Nintendo being the #1 company in Japan now, me being good at Mario Kart means a lot more than it did like a month ago. I just feel better about myself knowing that I'm good at Mario Kart and knowing that all the kids that picked on me 1,000 years ago were like, Nintendo's the #1 company now. They called me the other day. They were like, Lunchbox, you get to be president of Japan. I was like, rad. And you guys don't know because you haven't checked your phones in 10 minutes. Bam. This shit sucks. I don't know if you guys are you having a good time out there? I can't hear you. Five-second delay. 5-second delay. Oh, that's so cool. I take everything back that I said about me being pissed that I couldn't have the audience in here with me. That's worth it. In fact, take every other show I've ever done. Fuck it, we'll go back in time. Erase it. I just want to be able to echo outside again. Caw-caw! Oh, this was not the night to do a bunch of acid to do this show, apparently. That's all right. I'm finding out together with all of you guys at the same time. We're doing it together. What? Hey, I'm trying. I'm trying my best to comedy out here like a comedy bird or like a comedy falcon. Got my little face mask right here with my Pokemons on it. I don't know if y'all know this about me or not, but I like Pokemon a lot. I miss Bernie. Bernie, if you're out there listening, if you've decided to purchase tickets to tonight's event, Bernie, if you're within the sound of my voice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we couldn't pull it together for you, Bernie. I know that America and you, Bernie, not really been on the best terms for like 60 years. And I thought 2020 would be our year, Bernie. I did. I really did. Everyone did. But it was not to be. It was not to be true. When I was like, caw-caw! If I don't hear it back, then it's obviously not true. See? The timing is everything, and the timing's all fucked. Oh, man. But being able to caw out there is important, though, too. Caw. If I could see my friends' faces right now, they'd be like, man, I can't believe we got dressed up and came out here tonight. Me too. Couldn't believe it. How many minutes I got? 40? 30? 25? 10? Set. Oh, God. I don't even have my instrument because the batteries died. That's how quarantine's going for all of us. It's like the batteries in my heart have died. Oh, man, I'm waiting for that to catch up outside. And for everyone to be like, oh. We're going to get through this together, America. We're going to make it together. We are every 80s love song that you've ever listened to, pumping super hard right now. because it's the last 20 minutes in the movie, and I'm the fat kid, and I'm at the goal. We got to kick it in. We can do this, America. I believe in you. Let me be your fat kid, America. Let me sink this goal for you, America. Is that how sports work? Do you sink a goal? If you don't sink a goal, I hope you sink a goal tonight, America. I hope you sink like 20 goals, America. I hate this. Just in case, for the record, everyone, this sucks. And I'm done. Aces.
BX. We want to say thank you to all the comedians that came out tonight. Appreciate you guys for coming out. It's been an amazing show. As always, make sure that you are following Gainesville Comedy. What's the Instagram? Is it Gainesville? Yeah. Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow Gainesville Comedy Show, so you can be always in the know. As far as always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Cam That Dude. Remember, Magic 101.3 every Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight. All right, that's my shameless plug. That does. We shook up the world, or at least Gainesville, or High Dive. I don't know, but we did it. The mic on? Before I forget, really almost forgot. I want to thank all the bartenders. It's Morgan's fault that I'm this drunk. She has a very heavy hand. She asked me for a double, and she gave me a quadruple. So it's her fault. Shout out to the sound man over there, my man X on the thing. X is on it. Who gonna give it to you? No Dark Man X. So I'm okay. All right, you make some noise for all the comedians that turned to the stage. Again, thank you guys for coming out. Get you one last drink. Continue to drink. Do whatever. These amazing comedians. Where's Biddle at? Biddle, where are you at? Where's Biddle? Where's Lunchbox? Where's Doug? Where are they at? Where's Biddle? Biddle, bring your tall, slender, Mr. Fantastic built ass in here. Biddle's built like every stick figure I've ever driven, and I've ever drew. See, I've been drinking. God, dog, Morgan. Yes, where's Doug? Are they not? Okay, hey, they don't want to come in. That's cool. Yeah, Lunchbox is done. I think lunch. Are you Captain Morgan, you tall bastard? All the mics are hot. Matter of fact, Eric, let's do it like this. We still got people outside. Let's grab a mic and all just tell jokes. Okay, let's take a picture real quick. I didn't want to do the conventional black man pose. I wanted to keep it clean. I didn't want to pick my pants up and do that. I was trying to keep it clean. All right, we're all drunk. We're going home. Thank you guys. Good night.